Your gun. Carefully. Over here. Spread your legs. Good. Very good. You're quite a man, Mr. James Bond. But I am a superior woman. Guess where you get the first one.
Why can't he ever meet a nice girl? James Bond as 007 never looked more familiar than he does in Never Say Never Again, because that's Sean Connery playing the role for the first time in 12 years.
Good to see you, Mr. Bond. Things have been awfully dull round here. I hope we're going to have some gratuitous sex and violence.
I certainly hope so, too.
During the last 10 years, I've never much cared for Roger Moore as James Bond. By comparison with Sean Connery, the original Bond, I think Roger Moore comes across as trivial, bemused, sort of foppish. So thank goodness that Sean Connery has seen fit to come out of retirement now for the new Bond film, Never Say Never Again, which, thank more goodness, is a terrific movie, pitting Bond against a bunch of agents of the terrorist force known as Spectre. One of Spectre's agents is played by the beautiful Barbara Carrera.
How reckless of me. I made you all wet.
Yes, but my martini's still dry. My name's James.
Hello, James. I'm Fatima Blush.
You ski very well.
I do many things very well.
I'm sure you do.
What brings you to Nassau, James?
I'm fishing.
For what?
Anything I can get.
I know the best waters. I'd be very happy to show them to you.
Now, why would you want to do that?
I'd like you to find what you're looking for.
I'm all yours.
Isn't it great to hear his voice? Another adversary in the film is a rich bad guy named Largo, played by the fine Austrian actor Klaus Maria Brandauer.
This game has one objective: power. We will be fighting for countries chosen at random by the machine. But for this demonstration, I will choose France. Target areas will light up on the map. Whoever hits them first with his laser beam will score a point. But there's another way to win. With your left hand, you control 2 nuclear missiles. With your right hand, you control a shield to block my missiles. But if you fail, boom, I win the game. You will be red. I will be blue. Are you ready?
Yes.
Begin.
Thank you, gentlemen. The eternal battle for the domination of the world begins.
We play for dollars.
Random target selection, Spain. Value $9,000. Play. Who wins $9,000?
Gave me a shock.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. Unlike armchair generals, we will share the pain of our soldiers in form of electric shocks.
I wonder if anyone in Spain who sees this movie is going to be upset to know that the land they live in is worth $9,000. Fascinating. Anyway, at the center of this movie is that terrific performance by Klaus Maria Brandauer, so good a couple of years ago in that Hungarian film Mephisto. Brandauer plays a rich playboy trying to ransom the world oil supply by stealing 2 NATO nuclear warheads. And Brandauer's realistic performance, I think, is what makes Never Say Never Again a real legitimate thriller, which so many of the recent Bond films haven't been. They've been more like cartoons. Plus, we get all the traditional Bond gadgets and beauties, plus the big, big bonus of Sean Connery's Bond. In short, this film from the 1980s is just as good as the classic Bond films from the 1960s. Wow, I liked it a lot.
I liked it a lot, too. It was so good to see Sean Connery back again. And even though he's a little bit older, he has a little less hair, but nevertheless, he has all the... And well, you have a little less hair.
Thank you.
When he looks at Barbara Carrera, though, there's that chemistry, and he looks out from underneath his eyebrows and just the little quizzical grin on his face, and it speaks an ocean of eroticism and humor at the same time.
Yes.
And he's got that better than anybody else, Roger Moore or anybody else.
Exactly. You know, we're dealing here with a ritual. Just like you wouldn't want to have anybody else play John Wayne in a John Ford Western, you don't want to have anybody else play James Bond in a James Bond picture. This is the original guy.
And then the other point you made was also good, Klaus Maria Brandauer.
Give him an adversary.
So many of the villains in recent Bond pictures have been kind of neo-Nazi robots. They're all the same. They just have a different German accent and a different gimmick. This time the guy is charming, he's seductive, he's got a sense of humor, and he's also evil. Makes it a lot more interesting.
He could exist, and that makes Bond's challenge really exciting.